Good morning everyone. Welcome Reena, Assistant Professor English from Government College चमेला झालावाड़। आपका हमारे YouTube चैनल में हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। आज पढ़ेंगे अपन लिटरेरी हिस्ट्री के बारे में। ठीक है, आपके सिलेबस में लिटरेरी हिस्ट्री के 3 टॉपिक है। एक तो एलिजाबेथन पीरियड, न्यू क्लासिकल एज और मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री। इसमें से सर्वप्रथम अपन एलिजाबेथन एज के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। देखिए, दी एलिजाबेथन पीरियड बिगेन इन 1558 when Elizabeth the First became queen and one of the most popular monarchs in English history. This period of time is remembered for its richness of poetry and drama. Listen and read and learn about the Elizabeth period and get ready for the life in the UK test. देखिए, क्वीन एलिजाबेथ फर्स्ट was a Protestant. She re-established the Church of England as the official church in England. Everyone had to attend their local church, and there were laws about the type of religious services and the prayers which could be said. But Elizabeth did not ask about people's real beliefs. She succeeded in finding a balance between the views of Catholics and the more extreme Protestant. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट। इन दिस वे शी अवॉइडेड एनी सीरियस रिलीजियस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विद इन इंग्लैंड. Elizabeth became one of the most popular monarchs in English history, particularly after 1588, when the Elizabeth defeated the Spanish Armada, a large fleet of ships which had been sent by Spain to conquer England and restore Catholicism. ठीक है, स्कॉटलैंड हैंड आल्सो बीन अब देखिए टॉपिक है दी रिफॉर्मेशन इन स्कॉटलैंड एंड मेरी क्वीन ऑफ स्कॉट्स. Scotland had also been strongly influenced by Protestant ideas in 1560. The predominantly Protestant Scottish Parliament abolished the authority of the Pope in Scotland and Roman. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. Catholic religious services became illegal. A Protestant Church of Scotland with an elected leadership was established, but unlike in England, this was not a state church. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. द क्वीन ऑफ स्कॉटलैंड मैरी स्टुअर्ट, often now called Mary Queen of Scots, was a Catholic. She was only be called when her father died and she became queen. Much of her childhood was spent in France. When she returned to Scotland, she was the center of a power struggle between different groups. When her husband was murdered, Mary was suspected of innocence and fled to England. ठीक है, she gave her throne to her Protestant son James VI of Scotland. Mary was Elizabeth's first cousin and hoped that Elizabeth might help her, but Elizabeth suspected Mary of wanting to take over the English throne and kept her a prisoner for 20 years. Mary was eventually executed accused of plotting against Elizabeth I. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. एक्सप्लोरेशन पोइट्री एंड ड्रामा एलिजाबेथन पीरियड में. द एलिजाबेथन पीरियड इन इंग्लैंड वाज ए टाइम ऑफ ग्रोइंग पैट्रियोटिज्म, a feeling of pride in being English. English explored, sought new trade routes, and tried to expand British trade into the Spanish colony in the Americas. ठीक है, सर फ्रांसिस ड्रेक, one of the commanders in the defeat of the Spanish Armada, was one of the founders of England naval tradition. His ship, the Golden Wind, was one of the first to sail right round the world. In Elizabeth's first time, English settlers first began to colonize the eastern coast of America. This colonization, particularly by people who disagreed with the religious views of the next two kings, greatly increased in the next century. The Elizabethan period is also remembered for the richness of its poetry and drama, especially the plays and poems of William शेक्सपियर. ठीक है, अब ये तो हो गए अपनी एलिजाबेथन एज. अब पढ़ेंगे अपन नियो क्लासिकल एज. देखिए, नियो क्लासिकल लिटरेचर वाज रिटन बिटवीन 1660 एंड 1798. This time period is broken down into three parts: the Restoration period, the Augustan period, and the Age of Johnson. In fact, the neoclassical period ended in 1798 when Wordsworth published the Romantic lyrical ballads. अब देखिए, neoclassical also spelled neoclassicism from Greek new and ठीक है, was a Western culture movement in the decorative and visual arts and literature, theatre, music, and architecture that drew inspiration from the art and culture of classical antiquity. Neoclassicism was born in Rome, largely thanks to the writing of Johann Joachim Winckelmann. At the time of the rediscovery of Pompeii and Herculaneum, but its popularity spread all over Europe as a generation of European arts students finished their grand tour and returned from Italy to their home countries with newly rediscovered Greco-Roman ideas. ठीक है, the main neoclassical movement coincided with the 18th century age of enlightenment and continued into the early 19th century, latterly competing with Romanticism. In architecture, the style continued throughout the 19th, 20th and up to the 21st century. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. European neoclassicism in the visual arts began 1760 in opposition to the then dominant Rococo style. Rococo architecture emphasizes grace, ornamentation, and asymmetry. Neoclassical architecture is based on the principles of simplicity and symmetry. ठीक है, अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. Which were seen as virtues of arts of Rome and ancient Greece and were more immediately drawn from 17th century Renaissance classicism. Each neoclassicism selects some models among the range of possible classics that are available to it and ignore others. The neoclassical writers and talkers, patrons and collectors, artists and sculptors of 1765 to 1830 paid homage to an idea of the generation of Phidias. But the sculpture examples they actually embraced were more likely to be Roman copies of Hellenistic sculptures. They ignored both archaic Greek art and the works of late antiquity. The Rococo art of ancient Palmyra came as a revelation through engravings in both the ruins of Palmyra. Even Greece was all but unvisited, a rough backwater of the Ottoman Empire, dangerous to explore. So neoclassicist appreciation of Greek architecture was mediated through drawing and engraving, which subtly smoothed and regularized, corrected and restored the monuments. ठीक है, अब देखिए, अब नेक्स्ट लिटरेरी हिस्ट्री है मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री. देखिए, The term metaphysical poetry was coined by the critic Samuel Johnson to describe a loose group of 17th century English poets whose work was characterized by the interventive use of conceits and by a greater emphasis on the spoken rather than lyrical quality. ठीक है. अब देखिए मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री. Highly intellectualized poetry marked by bold ingenious concepts, incongruous imagery, complexity and subtlety of thought, frequent use of paradox, and often by deliberate harshness of rigidity of expression. The term metaphysical is loosely applied to a group of 17th century poets such as John Donne, Andrew Marvell, Henry Vaughan, George Herbert, and Richard Crashaw. The word meta means after, so the literal translation of metaphysical is after the physical. Basically, metaphysics deals with questions that cannot be explained by science. It questions the nature of reality in a philosophical way. Metaphysical poetry is a little bit different. The poems classified in the group do share common characteristics. They are all highly intellectualized, use rather strange imaginary. ठीक है. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट. Use frequent paradox and contain extremely complicated thought. However, metaphysical poetry is not regarded as a genre of poetry. In fact, the main poets of this group did not read each other's work and did not know that they were even part of classification. These poets did not belong to a school of poetry, but were united but common characteristic of it. Intervenence and a love of elaborate stylistic maneuver. Their poetry was rich in intellectual complexity. John Dryden was the first to use the term metaphysics in his criticism of Donne. In his discourse concerning satire, Dryden stated that Donne in his poetry applied the metaphysics in his amorous verses. Behavior nature only should reign and perplex the minds of the fair sex with nice speculations of philosophy when he should engage. ठीक है. अब देखिए इसकी कॉमन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक में कॉमन फीचर्स ऑफ मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री. प्रमुख इसके लक्षण निम्न है. पहला पॉइंट है मेटाफिजिकल पोइट्री इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय ए सिंगल कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड थॉट. ठीक है. सेकंड पॉइंट है इट इज इंटेलेक्चुअली रिगोरियस. थर्ड पॉइंट है इट एम्प्लॉयज bold ingenious conceit, also called metaphysical conceit. Johnson called it a combination of dissimilar images. Example in his poem A Valediction Forbidding Donne compared the two lovers to a compass. अब देखिए नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. It employs usual unusual images taken from different fields of knowledge, history, geography, astronomy, alchemy, mathematics, etc. ठीक है. और नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है इट हैज ए ड्रामेटिक क्वालिटी ऑफ इट एंड ओपन एज एन एब्रप्ट एग्रेसिव ओपनिंग. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है इट फ्रिक्वेंटली मेक यूज ऑफ पैराडॉक्स. फॉर इंस्टेंस इन हिज पोएम बेटर माई हार्ट द स्पीकर अपीयर्स टू गॉड. ठीक है. अब आपकी ये चैप्टर लिटरेरी हिस्ट्री वाला कंप्लीट हो गया है. इसे आपको इसे लर्न करना है.